Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope you're doing well. We're continuing our reading of the Bible. This is the Jehovah's Witness version, and I usually just show the text, but the birds are a bit chatty where I usually sit, and over here there's not too much space to have the same setup, so I'll just hold it, and I'm in the mood to read it, so I want to do it. Okay, let's begin. We left off on Samuel 1, chapter 9, verse 1. Let's continue there. Now there happened to be a man of Benjamin, and his name was Kish, the son of Abiel, the son of Zeror, the son of Bechorath. That's a cool name. Bechorath. The son of Aphilah, a Benjamite, a man mighty in wealth. And he happened to have a son, whose name was Saul, young and handsome. And there was no man of the sons of Israel that was handsomer than he. Oh, okay, so look at this. Saul was handsomer. Wow. From his shoulders upward, he was taller than all the people. Oh, so he's tall and handsome. Interesting. Saul, huh? Let's write that down. Saul. And the she-asses belonging to Kish, the father of Saul, got lost. So Kish said to Saul his son, "Take please with you one of the attendants, and get up and go look for the she-asses." And he went passing through the mountainous region of Ephraim, and passing on through the land of Shalisha. And they did not find them. And they went passing on through the land of Sha'alim, but they were not there. And he went passing on through the land of the Benjaminites, and they did not find them. They themselves came into the land of Zuph. And Saul, for his part, said to his attendant that was with him, "Do come and let us return, that my father may not quit attending to the she-asses and actually become anxious about us." But he said to him, "Look, please, there is a man of God in this city, and the man is held in honor. All that he says comes true, without fail. Let us go there now. Perhaps he can tell us our way, that we must go." At this Saul said to his attendant, "And if we should go, what shall we bring to the man? Because the bread itself has disappeared from our receptacles, and as a gift there is nothing to bring to the man of the true God. What is there with us?" So the attendant answered Saul once more and said, "Look, there is a quarter of a shekel of silver found in my hand, and I shall have to give it to the man of the true God, and he will have to tell us our way. In former times, in Israel, this was the way the man would have talked on his going to seek God. Come, and let us go to the seer." For the prophet of today used to be called a seer in former times. Okay, so a seer. Let's put that in quotes. Then Saul said to his attendant, "Your word is good. Do come, let us go." And they went their way to the city where the man of the true God was. While they were going up on the ascent to the city, they themselves found girls going out to draw water. So they said to them, "Is the seer in this place?" Then they answered them and said, "He is. Look, he is ahead of you. Hurry now, because today he has come to the city, for there is a sacrifice today for the people on the high place. As soon as you men come into the city, you will directly find him before he goes up to the high place to eat, because the people may not eat until his coming, for he is the one that blesses the sacrifice. first after that, those who are invited may eat. And now, go up, because him, just now you will find him." Accordingly they went on up to the city. As they were coming into the middle of the city, while there was Samuel coming out to meet them, to go up to the high place. As for Jehovah, he had uncovered the ear of Samuel the day before Saul came, saying, "Tomorrow about this time I shall send to you a man from the land of Benjamin, and you must anoint him as leader over my people Israel. And he must save my people from the hand of the Philistines, because I have seen the affliction of my people, for their outcry has come to me." Because I have seen the affliction of my people. Interesting. And Samuel himself saw Saul, and Jehovah, for his part, answered him, "Here is the man of whom I said to you, this is the one that will keep my people within bounds." Keep my people within bounds. In Islam we have don't transgress the limits. So here you can see a Christian angle of keeping the people within the bounds. Then Saul approached Samuel in the middle of the gate and said, "Do tell me, please, just where is the house of the seer?" And Samuel proceeded to answer Saul and say, "I am the seer. Go up before me to the high place, and you men must eat with me today, and I must send you away in the morning, and all that is in your heart I shall tell you. As regards the she-asses that were lost to you 3 days ago, do not set your heart on them, for they have been found. And to whom does all that is desirable of Israel belong? Is it not to you and to the whole house of your father?" At this Saul answered and said, "I am not a Benjaminite, of the smallest of the tribes of Israel. In my family, the most insignificant of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin. So why have you spoken to me a thing like this?" So Saul is from a insignificant family, he contends, yet he's the most handsomest. Then Samuel took Saul and his attendant and brought them to the dining hall, and gave them a place at the head of the house. Wow. So brought them to the dining hall and gave them a place at the head of those invited. And they were about 30 men. Later Samuel said to the cook, "Do give the portion that I have given to you, of which I said to you, put it away by you." At that the cook lifted off the leg and what was on it, and put it before Saul. And he went on to say, "Here is what has been reserved. Put it before yourself. Eat, because to the appointed time they have reserved it for you, that you may eat with those invited." So Saul ate with Samuel on that day. Subsequently, they went down from the high place to the city, and he continued speaking with Saul on the housetop. Then they rose early, and it came about that as soon as the dawn ascended, Samuel proceeded to call to Saul on the housetop, saying, "Do get up, that I may send you away." So Saul got up, and both of them, he and Samuel, went forth out of the doors. While they were descending by the edge of the city, Samuel himself said to Saul, "Say to the attendant that he should pass on ahead of us." So he passed on, and as for you, stand still now, that I may let you hear the word of God. There we go. Interesting. Okay, now we're in chapter 10, if you're following along. Samuel then took the flask of oil and poured it out upon his head and kissed him and said, It is not because Jehovah has anointed you as leader over his inheritance. On your going away from me today, you will certainly find 2 men close by the tomb of Rachel in the territory of Benjamin at Zelzah, and they will certainly say to you, the she asses that you have gone to look for have been found. But now your father has given up the master of the she asses, and has become anxious about you men, saying, What shall I do about my son? And you must pass on from there still farther, and come as far as the big tree of Tabor. And there must encounter you 3 men going up to the true God at Bethel, one carrying 3 kids, and one carrying 3 round loaves of bread, and one carrying a large jar of wine. And they will certainly ask about your welfare, and give you 2 loaves, and you must accept them from their hand. It is after that you will come to the hill of the true God, where there is a garrison of the Philistines. And it should come about that at the time of your coming there to the city, you will certainly meet a group of prophets coming down from the high place, and ahead of them a stringed instrument, and tambourine, and flute and harp, while they are speaking as prophets. And the Spirit of Jehovah will certainly become operative upon you, and you will certainly speak as a prophet, along with them, and be changed into another man. And it must occur that when these signs come to you, do for yourself what your hand finds possible, because the true God is with you. And you must go down ahead of me to Gilgal, and look, I am going down to you to offer up burnt sacrifices, to render up communion sacrifices. 7 days you should keep waiting until my coming to you, and I shall certainly let you know what you should do. And it occurred that as soon as he turned his shoulder to go from some well, God began changing the heart of his into another. And all these signs proceeded to come true on that day. So they went from there to the hill, and here there was a group of prophets to meet him. At once the Spirit of God became operative upon him, and he began to speak as a prophet in the middle of them. And it came about that when all those knowing him formerly saw him, look, it was with prophets that he prophesied. Consequently the people said one to another, What is this that has happened to the sons of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets? Then a man from there answered and said, But who is their father? That is why it has become a proverbial saying, Is Saul also among the prophets? Okay, interesting. We'll pause there. I think it's fascinating that they have to accept the bread. This place, Gilgal, Samuel and Saul, Kish, the father of Saul, the Philistines having a garrison, the territory of Benjamin at Zelzah. So we're getting a lot of not only tribal names, but distinct places. And then Saul being from one of the most insignificant families, yet he's the tallest and the most handsome. Set out looking for some livestock that went astray. Pretty intense, yet pretty not. Alright, hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to join my blog, it's www.subscribestar.com/MilanArchive. Hope to see you there, and have a great day.